Today, I'm going to reveal a huge news. Actually, aliens do exist, and they have been around for a long time, surrounding our Earth for a long time. I want to tell you that there are many alien forces here. One of them is the Galactic Alliance. The Galactic Alliance. You can imagine that inside the Milky Way,
many alien countries composed of aliens.
they are of different races, different backgrounds, and they form this country together, then these countries, and then unite to form an alliance.
Much like the European Union on Earth today.
And all countries unite together. They have a unified foreign policy, diplomatic, politics, and military. What I want to say is that, especially their military organization, you can imagine it as NATO. For example, the Galactic Alliance military, this military organization, has been circling the Earth for a long time, circling the Earth, and then long-term monitoring of the dynamics of the Earth, mastered, managed, and controlled the Earth. And they have sent troops underground to fight against lizardmen. The lizard people, you can actually check it online. You can find out that there are many underground. There are many lizard people. They live underground. And then they try to control the Earth and try to, through some technology, and then with the elite group of humans, to make an exchange, then some of our elite human groups, for their own interests, to cooperate with them for a long time. If they don't pass some of the elite human groups to control spies and control some humans on the surface of the Earth. This is also why they are here, Galactic Alliance, because before the Sea People, there was a war, and currently, because the Sea People were defeated one after another. So they ended up only on Earth. It's here in their territory. The only one, the final one, this base camp. This is their base camp. So the army of the Galactic Alliance is here to carry out a military operation. To liberate the Earth. The Galactic Alliance and the Westerners' war
is basically underground.
So the Galactic is relatively hard to detect. So the Galactic Alliances is to better liberate the Earth. Their base camp is actually or their main base is actually very similar to a mothership. Can be considered as a very large mothership. In fact, on this Earth, not far from the Earth. This one surrounding the Earth, due to the needs of some tasks. Part of them, the Galactic Federations, the Liberation Army of the Earth. A part of them, especially generals, officers as interstellar seeds, have been sent to Earth. If you don't know about it, you can check it on the internet. Interstellar seeds. That is to say, they have been sent to. As an Earthling, I live here, living on this planet, and I am one of them, like me. I am a general of the Galactic Alliance Army. A general officer, a general level officer. Then I was reincarnated on Earth. I was born in 1990 to be reincarnated on Earth. As an Earthling, I live like this, and live as a Chinese person. As for me, I would leave my body at night. Let me explain again. People have souls. The soul will leave the body to complete some tasks underground, sometimes with my colleagues and some army together, and then I command them or lead them, or together to the underground to complete many secret military missions. So this is also the reason why I post videos. A reason why I post videos on YouTube. I want the whole world to know that such a fact, and I have a lot of evidence and videos to show it, to prove my identity, and many UAPs, UFO videos. They are now all around me. And then they have awakened me to some extent, because I didn't know after my rebirth. That is, all my memories were deleted. I didn't know who I was. But after I leave my body at night, I clearly knew my identity and perform relevant military tasks. But when I wake up during the day, I don't know. I don't know anything until now. I still don't know. Some of my memories have been restored, but not all of my memories have been restored. But the people from the Galactic Federation Army, at a certain point in time, they will, and now the Earth has been liberated, and the military mission has been complete. They used some strange ways to wake me up and tell me who I am. And their UAPs and UFOs are all surrounding me, so they can observe me all the time. Then I will, at the end of this video, I will show their UAPs to prove my identity and prove that what I said is true. The Galactic Alliance Army is actually the same as what we know about the Earth's army, is the same as the army of us Earthlings. It has different jobs and different organizations and a naval. The Galactic Federation is the same. So the army I belong to, most of their members are all from Tatastar. They are the same race. You can understand that.
Are the same as the Pleiades people. They are the same race.
They are also white and blue eyes. Yeah, have the appearance of white people. So most of them are from the planet Tata. The organization I belong to, and I am is the only one as of now. I am now born as an Earthling. I am the only one in the organization. I am the only non-white member in the group, a member, which is of course a relatively high one, a high-ranking general, and I am one before I was born on Earth. I had an alien body before I came to Earth. That is to say, because my life ended and then be reincarnated on Earth. It's not like that. My alien life is still there. So in this case, because of the need, my soul is reincarnated on the Earth. That means I have two bodies. Then my alien body is not a human being, but another one, larger alien race. Then the other members of the Galactic Alliance, they are all from the Tatastar. That is to say, they don't need to be born on Earth, so they have one body. They all have one body. They are all white. Then what I want to say is, in our organization, I am not the only general. We have a total of three generals, and then there are two of them. One of them has also devoted himself to the same, and the other one devoted himself to he became a Frenchman. Today, he is a Frenchman, and one of them is a US citizen.
So it should be like this.
One is in Europe, one in China, one in America. The three of us are all members of the same alliance. This one, we should call it a special operations team in this army, and we are all generals with command authority. To one is a Frenchman, and he is and an American woman. Now they are like me. That is the Galaxy Alliance, the army of the Special Operations Group. The Tatar people have also contacted them. They are currently have a large number of UAPs and UFOs. As evidence, to surround them, and they have conducted a series of contacts and talks, then to awaken who they are, right? So now, I also want to make a request to everyone in the video. If you are in Europe, especially in France, or you live in the United States, if you see this message, please try your best. Please do your best too. Please help me find these two people, because of some reasons, and partly because I really need to establish a connection with them. We are each other's witnesses to prove that such a thing does exist, because my friend, my colleague in France, and the general, and in the United States, also did the same thing as me with the police to communicate, and some organizations, UFO organizations, to communicate, to explain the undead. This matter is actually the same as what I said before, are the same as mine, and also to prove the facts they have produced. However, due to many difficulties and lack of evidence, to a series of reasons, they're in the same situation at present. There is no good channel to prove who they are. And then to explain this matter, as long as the three of us, if we can meet each other, we are both telling the truth. We are actually each other's witnesses. This is very important. If you see it, you can also, if you are willing to help me with this matter, please take practical actions in various ways to inquire or find their whereabouts. This is very important for us. Here, I would like to emphasize the interstellar seed plan on Earth. This statement is completely correct. The three of us can also fully prove it, because we are part of the interstellar seed. That is to say, a large number of some elites from the Galactic Federation. They are not necessarily the army. They may be engaged in other fields, or in other organizations. So after they came to Earth, they were born as Earthlings, and through various means to influence the energy of Earth. Of course, they are the same as us. They basically all have missions to fulfill. So as I just said, quite a large number of people on Earth actually come from the Galactic Federation, but they have different positions and lastly live on this Earth to fulfill some special missions. And this cycle is actually very long. Some may come for a short time, maybe a few lifetimes, while others may have dozens of lives, all on this Earth for lifetimes. They have spent a very long time in this life. In fact, to some extent, they are also authentic. They are already Earthlings, because they are now with us together in a certain form. They have contact with us
In this case, it actually means that until now, they are, they can at any time, they can communicate with me in my mind, and then whenever needed,
Can appear in the sky above me at any time. They're UAPs and flying objects and so on.
and then have a contact with me. So I including the one I mentioned earlier, a colleague in France and my colleague in America are the same. We are 3 people.
We can be contacted at any time.
We can contact them at any time. In fact, even when I'm talking now,
They are also paying attention to me.
they are also there.
They are there. So as long as there is a need
They can be available.
to communicate with us,
They can show us.
Show their existence and these things.
And then
I also hope that if there is a chance
they can just, through my channel,
to show and communicate with everyone,
including some messages, to have an exchange, because I think this is also a very, very...
A good opportunity.
But what I want to say is the 3 of us meet if it is confirmed that all this is true.
we can communicate with the public, and
We can establish and interact, then the 3 of us, and then have an exchange with the public. And then, of course, through us, we will show
The existence of the Lin Alliance's army.
I think it's possible in the future.
so
Everyone must continue to follow my channel.
So here I can talk about how I meet and the others,
mainly on my side.
how I made contact with them.
Actually, in fact, they contacted me, very special means, contacted me. Before that, I must have been in a state of amnesia, and I didn't know who I was.
Actually, it was about 2 years ago.
In May,
They contacted me.
it was 2 years ago. In May, about 2 years ago, on a morning in May, I remember it very clearly that day. I was woken up at 6 o'clock. I can say I was woken up abruptly.
Then I got up to go to the bathroom and came back.
I suddenly felt that because my eyes were closed. I suddenly felt a very strong white light came into my eyes.
The energy came from, after entering through my eyes, it ran to my body and ran into my body. After a while,
My whole body felt hot, and I was sweating all over.
it was May at that time.
So it wasn't particularly hot.
I was surprisingly, that is to say, very abnormal. I was sweating, sweat all over. It was actually an energy.
So this white light, actually, it was the members of
The Galactic Alliance,
the Special Operations Group. There is an ultimate officer.
the soul leaves the body, also out of body, through some technology. And then with this white light, this energy entered my body. In this way, his soul will entered my body, and then he was in my body until today. He is still
In my body.
that is to say, for me.
I have 2 souls in one body.
Then after that, after the white light came in,
I felt very hot and
very hot. I felt inexplicably hot. Then suddenly in my mind, I suddenly heard him talking in my mind.
and he said it was time to know who you are.
And you know what? You are an interstellar seed, or something like that, and said a lot more. I was very shocked because I wasn't asleep at that time, and my eyes were closed.
After the white light came in, I felt I was always in a state of vigilance. After the voice suddenly sounded, I really woke up directly from the bed. I was wondering who it was, and I said, "Who are you exactly?" Then he didn't respond. It didn't ring. And then when I lay down, he didn't speak to me. And then after I lay down, he said, he appeared in my mind again.
He said a lot of things.
And then he said, "Child, you should believe in yourself. This is the real thing."
Wait.
Then he introduced himself.
He then said that I'm from the Medical Alliance and so on.
The name of the ultimate leader is Alex.
And then after that, from then on, his soul has been in my body ever since.
It's been over 2 years now.
It's actually quite a challenging task. In the process, he talked to me, and actually my body, because it's a human body, they need some technology to collect some data about my body, such as physiological data collection, blood pressure, muscle, and so on.
Yes. And do some experimental tests
This is what he said. After the war,
to develop this technology.
I need to cooperate with them, and then for them, and do some experiments with them. Some of them are relatively easy. For example, such as
Play music in your mind.
right? And music looping. Some of them are more painful. There may be some energy sensations,
And cause some pain.
because the army they will also develop. They may develop some aggressive weapons. Of course, in this case, I gradually felt that I feel that it's quite hard work.
Yes.
After they introduced who I was, to prove it, because I definitely have subjective. I definitely wouldn't believe what they said. right? But they used the method of memory restoration, reconstructed my previous life, the image of aliens that I mentioned before, the image before I came to Earth to incarnate. And my previous life was an American. In my previous life, I was a German. That's the case. When these memories were restored, you will be like, how should I put it? It's like you originally knew some memories of your childhood, right? Then you might have a car accident suddenly,
And this accident caused
you lost your memory of the past. Then you can't remember what you looked like as a child. Right. Then the doctor used some technique to cure you. And then at the moment of sudden healing, suddenly all your childhood memories came back to you. Then you will feel that. You won't feel that they are strangers, or that the first time you see this child's image, you will feel very familiar. You will be sure that that child is the child I used to be. That child is my former self, right? So I feel the same way.
So if you ask me why I want to believe them,
It's actually very simple to believe them. As long as my memory is restored in this way, I will be sure that that's right. I used to be the image of an alien. Before that, my subconscious was living in the United States and subconsciously lived in Germany.
These memories are beyond doubt.
Without doubt. In addition to awakening my memory, I think there is a link. They also
Explain something to me.
which is also a very favorable evidence. That is to say, since I was born, should be said that since I started primary school, and now I'm so old. I was born in 1990. I'm 36 years old now, more or less. 36 years old.
I would have various dreams in stages.
Various continuous dreams. I thought they were dreams. I thought at that time that I always had the same dreams repeatedly. But each time, for example, the same
But maybe different.
Tasks.
and doing different actions
And so on.
and so on. And then there were many more cases. We're all underground, just walking around like this. I was very confused at that time. Of course, I didn't go to see a doctor or anything. I thought it was just a dream. Just a dream. Then after this, Alex entered my body. He explained to me. He was in my mind. I explained a lot of dreams in my speech. These are the other dreams,
Explaining these dreams.
which is indeed very logical. For example, in my early days, from primary school to junior high school, at this stage, I often dreamed that I was walking under the ground, and then as if I was in some secret base, walking around and looking for something. Alex told me that this is you doing a mission. You as a reconnaissance role, and then find the secret base of these lizardmen, military targets, etc., to prepare for future military operations
Then, when I was in high school,
and university. My problems will be more. I would have more dreams.
I will encounter situations like
I led some of me, our army, and these members, and my members fought underground. Such command. Sometimes it's a group of people together, and then we would be underground.
there are more scenes of battles.
So before this, I was also curious about why there were so many consecutive things happening. I mean, the continuous here is that in the same underground, and the same thing happened, for example, at this stage, when I was in high school, I would question that, how could there be so many dreams like this? Sitting under the bed, and then fight in them. Maybe each combat plot is different, but they are all similar, sitting down there. It's the same in primary and junior high school. So after working, I actually, but now I don't have this dream anymore. It can actually fully explain that this is the real world, the real soul activity underground. After I started working, I dreamed a lot about attending some of these meetings and even giving speeches, parliaments and recognition meetings, as if I've achieved something, and they praised me for my achievements. And then I was in many organizations, in some parliamentary organizations, and give speeches. This is what Alex told me, that, as I said before, in this period, high school and college, it was actually a battle, after searching the map. That is to say, it's time for us to start knowing where the enemy is, in which direction. And the direction, then we would start a battle, a battle like this. A battle mission. One by one. And then after that, the mission is over, and I will go, and then after that, after the end, I will attend some meetings, awards ceremonies, and commendation, and then the conclusion summary, and so on. So each stage is different, but it was very logical. That is, which also dispelled some doubts in my heart. By the way, I want to say the most impressive one for me, that is to say that time I was
with a few members of the group.
I was also out of body, and then went to a very secret forest place and found the so-called Western headquarters. I remember releasing many people there. My dreams are always quite vague.
In fact, they were so vague that I couldn't even...
If no one explained it, but if no one explained it to me, I might not know what happened. What exactly happened? Because some of my dreams have been processed, but I vaguely remember, I think I remember that. I released some people
and met some vehicles.
and then the cars drove away, and then I woke up. But this means that, actually it means we successfully rescued many humans underground. That means that many humans are actually controlled by the Westerners. What does it mean? Many of them, such as some elites in the town business, have their own souls, right? What does it mean? By controlling them, replace their souls with others. So when the souls of actors enter human bodies, he can communicate, he can be more, right? To actively interact with human elites and then control human society, right? So these extra souls, we know that souls cannot be destroyed. Souls are immortal. So what can we do? We can only find a place to settle them down and isolate them, just find a place to lock them up. So it's very right, that is, which is very painful for the fox spirits. They have been kept in a small place all the time. That's the case.
That is to say, we finally liberated them
And let them return to their original bodies.
and continue their Earth life. I am very pleased about this.
This also confirms one of our tasks.
Really, as mentioned before, is the Special Operations Team.
Dad.
So the dreams is also a very strong evidence. Then my friends here, if you have seen my video, you can also feel it yourself. Do you have the same dream? Dreaming of, for example,
You often dream of the same scene.
such as often on or somewhere else, right? And maybe do some different things. All kinds of things. That is to say,
The background of the space is highly similar.
and many times in dreams,
Have the same background in their dreams, and maybe even doing some of the same things.
right? And each stage has a logical sequence. For example, this stage, such as you often do in primary school. The kind of dreams you often have the things you do in middle school or in high school are logical.
Are logically consistent.
And for example,
Only after doing the things in primary school, your high school life can be meaningful.
can make sense and progress and push forward like the second step. And for example, now if you,
You are still dreaming, right?
It is based on your previous.
such as high school task,
Is based on
step by step like this with steps and procedures, then you should be alert. That's not an ordinary dream. It's likely that you are an interstellar seed, and at night you can, just like us, you leave your body to complete many tasks. That's the case. You are from the Galactic Federation. If you are such a friend,
you can leave me a message under the video
here I will share a few more.
to confirm my out-of-body experience.
What kind of feeling it is, because at that time,
I had some very interesting dreams.
I remember after I woke up,
And then it seemed like I went back to my room.
the room where I was sleeping, then I took step by step,
To my living room step by step.
and then I opened it step by step. And opened this door. Of course, some of them have been processed. That is to make, longer doubt it. Then you think it's your own,
Just an ordinary dream of your own.
because everything is arranged for you.
Because if it's too clear,
You will immediately realize,
you might be different or something else.
or you're really out of your body to complete the task, right? Some dreams are processed.
After being processed, you will feel like,
There seems to be doubts. Why does this thing seem so good? The background is the same for several days.
but you also feel that it is like a dream.
So you will eventually dispel doubts. Right.
And finally, when they finish their mission,
They will contact you, and then they tell you that this is not a dream.
but it was your soul that left your body to complete the task.
You see,
So everything is arranged in advance.
I remember at that time, I was very impressed, which was after I woke up. I walked into the living room and opened the door and then went out. I went out very deeply. I walked down the stairs and then I walked step by step, just like in a real scene. And then I walked
Until I reached the gate of the community.
and waited at the door. After a while, all of a sudden, I dreamed that I was on a spaceship again.
After waking up, I felt
that
I wonder why I always have dreams like this.
I always have dreams like this at home and then go out, right?
Sometimes it's very funny. That is,
So after falling asleep,
I would climb out of the bed
and then
and then jump through the window
and the window can be passed.
and then jump out of the window and then jump out from the back door.
and climb over the wall of the community, and then walk to another place. There are many such dreams. I dream of it every time, just out of the blue. That is to say, I walk out of my home by myself,
And sometimes I walk to this
wait on the road outside the community. Sometimes I even go to some buildings
on some buildings that I'm familiar with.
and wait for something. And then every time I have this, how stupid to have a spaceship to pick you up.
That's how it is. Sometimes I come back like this and return the same way. Sometimes I just wake up all of a sudden. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes, for example, in this place, on the street, I just get off the spaceship and then I go back the same way and walk back into the community and then walk into this, my own, where I living in this building. Then I went back to my room. This is the process of it. It depends on the situation. I thought that I was actually out of body after the soul leaves the body. Sometimes it means that we might meet at the same location sometimes. Then I would walk slowly to a designated location. Sometimes I just come back, maybe just take a few steps and then come back. That's it. At the end of this video, I will reveal a few more important pieces of information. This is what the future of the Earth will be like. Because the Earth is the Galactic Alliance. After arriving on Earth,
He used military means.
fought against the lizard people, and then they won the lizard people. Now the lizard people under... you can search the internet again to find out. The lizard people underground have all been wiped out. And they're gone, and there is one more underground, which is a close relative of the Mothman. There is one, this white man. They lived on the surface. Because of the invasion of the West. They moved underground, and then they were enslaved, and were enslaved by the Westerners for a long time.
Now they have stayed behind.
They are still underground. So these can't actually what you see on the internet and a lot of online information is highly consistent. I want to say that this is the message they gave me can actually be matched, and they will come out of the ground in the future. So now we are saying that the Galactic Alliance does this, has now liberated the Earth, and humans are also free, right? And then they will no longer be controlled by the new humans. The Galactic Alliance army is here. What will the future be like? I think there are two possibilities. One is definitely according to... Because the Galactic Federation is a light, it will definitely... The common will of the Earthlings, that is to say, respect the common choice of Earthlings, whether to join the Galaxy Alliance, then the Galactic Alliance wants Earth to join the Galactic Federation. Of course, it depends on the overall voting of Earth. The overall vote, just like Brexit, or joining the EU, or leaving the EU, or leaving the EU. It's up to the Earth to decide.
Okay.
Of course, that is to say, there is another possibility, the Galactic Federation, regardless of any situation, to establish a long-term cooperative relationship. Then the Galactic Alliance will give some technologies to Earth. Technology and other support to help Earth improve its technology. And then that is to say, if Earth wants to integrate, then it is join the Galactic Federation. If you want to maintain this kind of relationship, it is also possible.
So this thing,
Because why? Because at my level, I can enter the discussion of this issue.
during the day session,
In fact, the Galactic has established certain contacts have also established certain contacts. Of course, why? To expose it now, I think it's time to reveal it. We can take these things. Actually, a general trend. We don't need to hide it anymore. We can tell everyone openly and honestly, me! The future Earth will be the Galactic Alliance. After liberating the Earth, what will the state of the Earth be like?
first of all, technology and knowledge are certain, right?
Whether the Earth joins or not, join it. The second is that there are two states. One is to join a union, join the Galactic Alliance. The other is to be in a cooperative or a cooperative partner and maintain a good relationship with the United Nations. But of course, the Andromeda Alliance hopes that Earth can join it. So if you see this video of mine and then below, and then I will put some of my UAP videos below. Videos to prove what I have said. They're proof that the Galactic Alliance, their army is by my side. Always around me. That what I have stated is completely true and real, and what I said, such as the future Earth plan, I'll do true. I think that if you believe me, you can share these videos. You can forward these videos to more people, to let more people see it, and let more people in the world see. You are a part of the Earth, and many of you are interstellar seeds, and you have the right to know the real truth.
Just these few photos at the same location at different times. One is around 9:30 and the other is around 10 o'clock. you will find that no matter how the time changes, this one in the sky that looks like a star, this UFO it always hangs over my house upstairs. Its position will not change. You can observe carefully. Its position will not change no matter how the time changes. It's completely different from stars will change.
The camera in this video has always been vertical. There is a wall on the left, which is faint, which can prove that the camera is... And then the light spot, 2 light spots on the right. The light spot on the far right at first. It slowly moved from the right to the left. Flies from right to left. Then the distance between the 2 light spots gradually increases. It can be clearly seen that they are flying. Then, taking the leftmost wall as a reference, the whole camera is vertical. Its position has not changed at all, and the angle has not changed. It's hard to see them clearly. This light spot is flying from right to left. The distance between the 2 light spots is getting wider.
It can prove that these 2 light spots,
At least one of them is in flight. One of them is flying, so it's very obvious.
This is filmed in one of my apartments to take photos to UAPs from the Galactic Alliance. Or UFOs, they look, after I zoom in on his phone, you can see that. The first one is up and down after zooming in on the bottom one. The left one is it after zooming in on the bottom one. The left one is a big ball and the right one. And the right is a small one. Isn't it surrounding it? Back to him, it's like this. So we can see that. If at that time, I will shrink this phone. After shrinking it, you will find that the positions of them will change. This is the lower UAP. You can see that its position will change. Wait a minute. It's shrinking now. Wait a moment. Now it's shrunk. The position of the upper one is actually will change compared to before. You can pay attention to it. The upper aircraft, the UAP, will also be a hot ball when enlarged. It's now on the curtain's side. Wait a minute. I will use the astronomical telescope to observe them. After observing them, you will find that the person above has flown away. So this is not a star. This is a clear UAP. Now I'm using this to observe them with the telescope. Wait a minute. I'll show you that actually after zooming in with the telescope, after being magnified with the 2 very bright Guangzhou S. One is very bright, a very bright Guangzhou. But with a mobile phone, you can see that it is. The very bright luminous body are mixed together. Actually, when taken with phone, you can see it more clearly with your phone. When you zoom in, you will see that the one on the left is larger, and the right one is a slightly smaller light body. Then, by switching to view, they are actually 2 light bodies combined. Everyone can see. Now you can see that. Can you see that the upper one is gone? The upper UAP has suddenly disappeared. It has flown out. Okay, now I'll zoom in on this. I'll zoom in on the lower UAP. You can see that. Look, it has moved to another position. It used to be the right side was larger, left. It used to be the left side was larger. Now it has become what? The left is smaller and the right is bigger, and the distance is also elongated. After zooming in, it becomes a shape like this. A shape. So, if it's a normal star or other aircraft, would not have such a change. Such a change. From this point, it can also be confirmed. What it actually lacks is UIP. That is to say, what I filmed is Galactic Alliance, the location of the Galactic Federation. Their UIPs are right beside me, always around me.
This is a relatively obvious evidence